This embarrassment from the Nigerian team at the African Championship is so bad. How can you tell me that Super Eagles lost 4-0 to Sudan, losing their second straight games? What are they even doing in this competition? Can you imagine it? Nigeria, bottom of the table. Sudan with 2 games, 4 points. Senegal, 2 games, 4 points. Congo Republic, 2 games, 2 points. Nigeria, 2 games, 0 points. Lost the first game to Senegal. And now losing 4-0 to Sudan. Eric Chell or whatever. I'm beginning to look at you. In fact, the players, everybody, the coaching crew, everybody deserve to answer for this embarrassment. It is very, very bad. I watched the part of the game. I was watching it in the first half, the second half. I just quickly switched over to watching Real Madrid because it doesn't make sense. The passing was abysmal. Defending was very poor. They're playing as if they just met themselves for the first time. We are there not in camp. We are there no training. Is there no game plan? There's no progression from defense to attack. There's no progression from defense to midfield. The keeper is not even know what he's doing. The defenders, communication within them. They were playing like strangers. Consider 2 goals in the first half. Consider 2 goals in the second half. The third goal was even comical. This is an embarrassment. Going in this competition, being last on the table. And there's no chance they're going to make it. There's no chance because even if they win the last game, they're only 3 points. They're heading home already. In fact, they need to come back. They don't deserve to be paid anything. This is embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing. But then this is the way it is. Let me know what you think as a a Nigerian, like a fellow Nigerian. As a fellow Nigerian, let me know what you think. This is abysmal. Let's go.
Nigeria is currently losing 3-0 to Sudan. And as a Nigerian, I am ashamed. Shame they catch me. I am very, very ashamed, disappointed. And I would like to know, how were these boys selected? How were these boys selected? And these were the best that we could pick to represent a country like Nigeria. With all the talented footballers that we have in this country. These were the set of players that we selected to come and represent Nigeria. What do we really do in this, our Nigerian league? What do we really do there? Shut down the league. Shut it down. Because they're not doing anything there. If this is the best that Nigeria can produce from the Nigerian league, this is the best that we can produce from our home-based players. This is the best. Sudan is beating us 3-0. We are not playing anything. I can't watch this. I can't watch it anymore. Very, very shambolic performance. They look confused on the pitch. I'm so pissed. Like, how did they select these boys? How were they selected? You are telling me that this is the best that Nigeria can bring out of the millions of footballers that we have in this country. This is the best that we can bring out. Something fishy is going on. You cannot tell me that these are the best players that we have, home-based. These are the best. Look at Sudan, the players like say we'll be children. We look like we didn't even train. What is the plan? What is the man? In the last game I said, what is the plan? What is the game plan? What is the structure of the team? I'm so angry that I wasted my time. I was not at home when the match started. I had to run back home. Make I come watch the match when Nigeria they play. As I'm even making the video, I just got a notification now. 4-0. 4-0. As I make video, I just got the notification. 4-0. I'm disappointed and embarrassed.
Nigeria. Nigeria, oh Lord. 4-0. Ordinary Susanna. Susanna beating people 4-0. Susanna. When did Susanna start playing football? Kenya won. South Africa won. They beat you 4-0. 4-0. Oh God. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. God, what you are doing to me is not fair. My enemies are winning, I'm not winning. Even 1 point in the group. In the group of an African competition, you have 0 points. 0. In that group, you are the only person with 0 points. Susanna is beating you 4-0, Susanna. How?
Sudan 4, Nigeria 0. The Super Eagles failed to score a goal in a second game in this CHAN tournament, whereas the Nile Crocodiles were incredibly efficient in front of goal, it has to be said. And that's the way football goes sometimes. I mean, this game on the stat sheet was relatively even. Both teams had a pretty similar amount of shots, but Sudan were able to put the ball in the back of the net, and that's all that counts sometimes. Nigeria, I believe, are the first team to be mathematically eliminated from the CHAN tournament. Obviously, there's teams that are pretty much already gone, but yeah, after 2 games, Nigeria are unfortunately out of the CHAN competition. I'll run through the highlights for you now. Raymond Tochukwu had a chance that was wide. He was quite busy this evening, in the 11th minute. Ahmed Tabanja had a chance that was over for Sudan, and then the first goal in the game was actually a own goal. Leonard Njenje unfortunately tapped it into his own net after Abdel Yagoub hit the post. It sort of deflected off the defender, and that wouldn't be the end of Leonard Njenje's very bad afternoon, it has to be said, as he would later on concede a penalty for Sudan with a handball as well in the 43rd minute. But before that, Abdel Yagoub had another great chance that was over in the 29th minute. Yessa Awad had a chance in the 33rd minute that was wide, and another chance that was wide in the 41st minute. Taiwo Abdul Raufi, had a long shot that was way off target in the 19th minute for Nigeria. Nigeria did actually end up having the ball in the back of the net first, I should also add. Anthony Ijoma had a chance, put the ball in the back of the net, but he was adjudged to be offside correctly via VAR. Hadi Haruna had a decent chance that was over in the 33rd minute. This was when it was only 1-0. Sikiru Alimi had a header that was wide in the 39th minute. Again, Nigeria were pushing for the equaliser. Like I say, it was an even game. They just couldn't steer any of their chances on goal. And then, as I mentioned, Njeje had a handball decision against him, which led to a Sudanese penalty, and it was taken brilliantly by Waliadine Kadir, who dispatched it perfectly in the 44th minute. So that was it at half-time, 2-0 to Sudan. Nigeria needed to push forward and get a goal back early in order to stay in the game and stay in the tournament, really. Alimi had another chance straight after in the 49th minute, essentially. Tochukwu had a chance that was over in the 52nd minute. And then on the break, Sudan, again, were brilliant. On the left-hand side, it sort of crossed into the box, collected brilliantly by Abdel Rauf Yagoub yet again, collected himself, found the bottom corner with a brilliant left-footed finish, and that was pretty much it. 3-0, job's done. Sudan are going top of the table, it would seem. But they weren't done after that. Only about 7 minutes later on, another fantastic cross. Yagoub collects himself right at the edge of the box, and a brilliant right-footed volley, showing that he is versatile with both feet. He scored with his left foot, he scored with his right foot. The volley just clipped the underside of the bar, passing the goalkeeper. 4-0 to Sudan. They were unbelievably clinical in front of goal. Nigeria just couldn't get a touch in, unfortunately. And despite them trying to get a goal back and save a little bit of face, it wasn't to be for them. They actually only had one shot on target, and that came in the 84th minute through Stephen Mango. So that was a header on target. There was also a chance where Tochukwu hit the post very late on, I believe in the 91st minute. But it was all done and dusted by that point. And unfortunately, Nigeria will be going home. They do have one game left to play, but essentially they'll be playing a Congo side that are going to be desperate for the win, so I'm not entirely sure that's going to go in their favour either. Senegal and Sudan are top of the table with 4 points each, Sudan on goal difference, and they'll be playing each other in the final group game, so the winner of that essentially gets top of the table. I think a draw would probably be beneficial for both of them, but if one of them obviously wins, Congo has a chance of sneaking into that second place if they're able to win their final group game. So all to play for on the final day for Group D fixtures. Follow me for more African Nations Championship 2025 content.